Bensenville. I'm Joelle Ritter, Village Trustee, and tonight we have joining us Bob Flood, who is our Special Events and Hospitality Manager here at the Village. And tonight we're going to be discussing 2014 Holiday Magic. Thanks for joining us, Bob.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you.
Always good to be here.
How have your first 6 or so months been here at the Village?
It's been great. You know, I mean, there really is a tremendous civic involvement here in the Village that has made my job a lot, I hate to say easier, but easier to slide into. You know,
well, and you
everybody's
certainly
so
got
helpful.
to meet so many people, right?
Right. I still am. You know, I mean, it's been fantastic. Every time I come in, it's exciting to just kind of get an email about meeting with this group and getting involved with everything. I'm loving it.
So you've had to do a lot of events in the first 6 months that you've been here.
Busy season.
And now we are going to be ending 2014 with our Holiday Magic, which is one of my favorites. So let's talk a little bit about that. Why don't you, as a newcomer, tell us what your perception of Holiday Magic is?
You know, I think that given the holiday season, it's the chance for the Village to give back to the residents. Kick off the spirit of giving by saying thank you, come out, get together to put up obviously the Christmas tree and all the surrounding events that we do. But it's a nice kind of event for the families to come out, a big kind of town center event. Since the layoff of Music in the Park, everybody kind of knows the area and knows their favorite spots, and we just kind of say, hey, let's have some fun, bring out the kids, grandma, grandpa, whomever, and let's, you know, as long as it's not too cold to freeze, let's enjoy it. You know?
Absolutely. So in your endeavors of researching Holiday Magic, can you tell us how long this event's been going on here at the Village?
It began as the tree lighting in 1999, so this will be our 16th year, growing a bit as the year goes on. You know, we've added more trees and ornaments and activities and all kinds of things in the park to make sure that we meet different age groups and expectations and fun, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Okay, so there's a couple different areas when you say we've added more trees. Why don't we talk first of all about the trees that surround the park and what we do with those trees?
The trees that are already there, that have been growing there, of course we decorate with Christmas lights, just like we do at Music in the Park. We've always found that to be a beautiful setup, and in the pictures I've seen in the winter, it continues to do so. Then we get some smaller trees that people can decorate themselves. You know,
all of our civic organizations.
Right, civic organizations, things like that. A chance to kind of put their stamp on the Village in downtown and say thank you to the residents. And it's been great. The outpouring's always great if people are interested in doing so, and I'm looking forward to my phone ringing off the hook.
To reserve their tree again this year.
Exactly, yes.
Whether it be School District 2 or Fenton 100 or the Bandits, the Rotary.
So many of them. Right,
yeah.
all the, you know, the library, everybody. I mean, I've already been in touch with some of the ones you've mentioned about it, the Youth Coalition. Just making sure that everyone's represented. And
about how many trees do we normally have?
We usually do about 40.
Okay.
So it's a first come, first serve kind of thing. People can call the Edge Ice Arena and get their name on the list. But of course, Christmas is one of the holiday seasons that's the most fun times of the year. So I'm really looking forward to being a part of it this year and getting to meet people and learn what they're enjoying about it and how they think that we can do it the best way possible.
If we have a resident out there that has a really big tree and they'd like to donate it, why don't you tell us how that happens, Bob?
You know, I've gotten 5 or 6 calls already. People will just say, hey, I have this gigantic evergreen in my yard. Can you come take a look? I was out photographing some of them the last couple days. You know, you can just call me in the office and say, hey, I have this tree we'd like to donate. Ultimately, we decide which one fits the best. A couple different factors that go into that, obviously size, image. I mean, sometimes it can be as in-depth as how do we get this thing out of the yard, you know? So we want as many submissions as we can to make the best choice for the Village. And then ultimately, the one we decide, Public Works will come by and chop it down for you and make sure it looks nice by the time we put it back up.
Oh, great. Excellent. And then whoever donates the tree then gets invited back to Holiday Magic the night that we light the tree so that they can see their tree.
Their tree.
Which a lot of times when we've had people donate it, they come there with tears in their eyes because it's kind of like part of their family because it's been there so long.
There's a gaping hole in their yard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's nice for the Village to kind of enjoy the spirit of the generosity of the residents, which we are very fortunate to do, and it's a fun time.
So when you talk about the tree, we decorate the tree here at the Village.
Yes, that's correct.
We put lights and ornaments on it. What kind of special ornaments do we do in terms of the Star of Giving? Why don't you define what that is?
The Star of Giving is something we put out through the Village. There's a form on the website that people can download, or they can stop by Village Hall to pick them up. It's a minimum $10 donation, and what you can do is that you can dedicate the star to whomever you like. And then once those are donated, the Village will put those on the big tree. Some will be up by the time of Holiday Magic. We might extend it, you know, and add some more as they continue to come in. But it's a nice chance to help fund the other related events, the toy drive and things like that, and make sure everybody in the area gets the best Christmas possible.
So you mentioned the toy drive, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in the second half of the show. We will have a booth there at Holiday Magic collecting unwrapped toys for anybody that wants to bring them there that evening. However, the Star of Giving is a way that if you decide you don't have the time or the availability to go buy a gift and bring it to donate, it's a way that you can buy a star, your name gets put on the tree, and then that $10, minimum $10, goes towards purchasing toys for the toy drive. So that being said, we know what the village role is. We've talked about that already, about having the tree there and the surrounding trees. Can you tell us what other organizations help participate in this to make it such a great event?
Well, the Rotary's, of course, a big part of it. The Kiwanis, the American Legion will kind of set up the hot dog station. The Kiwanis run the hot chocolate. The Bensenville Youth Coalition will have a table out there discussing their Be Well initiative and, just handing out information. It's, again, the town is so unique in the way all the groups kind of love getting together as often as they can. It's truly unique from my own personal experience, and it's nice to know that as the new guy, again, walking through all this stuff, I have a lot of helping hands to kind of point me in the right direction.
So talking about helping hands, a lot of those helping hands are people that would like to volunteer to help out, knowing that it's the Christmas season and it's a way to give back. If they wanted to volunteer, are there opportunities to do that?
Absolutely.
And would they contact you to do that?
They could call me directly, yes.
Okay.
My office is at the Edge. It's 630-594-1134 is my direct line. And, if for some reason I don't pick up, they can, of course, leave their contact information. I will get in touch with them immediately. But again, it's a great chance because there's a lot going on down there. There's train rides, there's actual live reindeer, of course Santa's going to be there, all that stuff. So there's plenty of opportunities to help run the lines to Santa's cottage and make sure that the train line is set up for the kids who are waiting and entertained and things like that.
So we are definitely looking for volunteers.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So you alluded to entertainment. So we've talked a little bit about the fact that we're going to have this really big tree, and obviously when dusk rolls around, we'll light the tree. But that is at about 6 o'clock or so, right?
In the meantime, yes. That's
and what
towards
time
the end of
is
the
Holiday
event.
Magic going to start?
It's going to be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Santa will get there right about 3, so that's technically probably our kickoff. He is the man of the hour. Within that time, there will be free holiday movies at the Bensenville Theater. There will be snacks, drinks, a DJ playing Christmas songs and things like that. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of carolers from the local churches that'll come out and sing songs on the stage and things like that. And it's there's plenty to go and plenty to keep everybody occupied.
So you talked about the fact that there's going to be like sleigh rides, train ride?
It's a mechanical train ride that'll
Okay.
go kind of up and down Center Street,
Okay, so we've talked about the fact that we're having Holiday Magic, and what's the date?
November 23rd. It's going to
November
be the Sunday before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, November 23rd. It starts at 3 o'clock, goes to 6 o'clock.
That's correct.
Okay, there's going to be food, there's going to be drink, there's going to be entertainment, there's going to be Santa, there's going to be live reindeer, there's going to be a train ride. How much is this going to cost everybody when they come, Bob?
We are charging everyone with having a good time. There will be
Okay.
no charge. Like I said, this is kind of the way we're kicking off our spirit of giving and just saying, hey, come on out. Let us thank you for being the residents that you are. Let's kind of get in the holiday spirit by lighting the trees and getting them going. And I think it'll be a great event because you can leave your wallet at home and still have a fantastic time.
Great. Thanks for joining us this evening, Bob. We
Great to
really
see you.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
We're going to a short commercial break, and when we come back, we will be talking about the toy drive, coat drive, and what our food pantry does to help us out in the holiday season for our residents here in Bensenville. Please join us again after the short commercial break. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Village President Frank Soto. Many residents have contacted Village Hall, our administrators, and our Public Works Director, Joseph Karachi, regarding questions and concerns about the grade cross separation at Irving Park Road and York Road. The video is intended to show you some of the timelines that are involved. But once this project is complete, it is an incredible benefit for the residents of Bensenville. It will alleviate the delays that are caused by the intersection and also will improve overall traffic flow and accessibility to Irving Park Road through Bensenville.
The York and Irving Park intersection is one of the most congested intersections in all of the Chicagoland area. We are working diligently with the Illinois Department of Transportation to try to correct this problem. Working with IDOT, we have come up with a $64 million project to try to improve businesses and our residents' flow of traffic through the area. As I mentioned, 2012 was the completion of the first bridge. We're looking at 2014 being the completion of the second bridge. After that, we'll have an intersection improvement project for the entire intersection with wider lanes, wider cross sections, safer traffic movements. This is all part of a plan that hopefully will start on the intersection improvements in 2014 with a completion sometime in the early to mid part of 2015. We are looking at this project as being a major impact on our businesses, on our traffic flow, and on the village of Bensenville in general. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the Public Works Department at 630-350-3435. Thank you.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is conveniently located in the Redmond Recreational Complex in Bensenville. The Water's Edge is home of Fenton High School and Wahoo swim teams, featuring an indoor 8-lane lap pool and diving well. The Aquatic Center is available for private functions and parties. Learn to swim, stay in shape, or enjoy recreational swimming year-round at the Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
The Bensenville Community Library, serving a community of readers. Whether you're old or young, a lover of words, music, or computers, the library has something for you. Check out our new Kindles, toddler jams, story and movie nights, or a variety of other activities offered. For more information, call us at 630-766-4642 or check out our schedule on the web at benlib.org. The Bensenville Community Library, celebrating 50 years of library service.
Is one of Chicagoland's premier ice skating facilities. The Edge is home to the Chicago Steel and Robert Morris Eagles, featuring 3 sheets of NHL regulation size ice, offering skate programs for hockey players, figure skaters, and recreational skaters of all ages. The Edge is also available for private functions and parties accommodating from 10 to 200. Whether you're a novice or an Olympian, experience the spectacular Edge Ice Arena.
Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening in our community. On your phone, PDA, PC, laptop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website offers easy integration, so you'll stay connected at home, in the office, or on the road. To follow us on Facebook, simply go to the Bensenville homepage and click on the Facebook icon in the lower left-hand corner. This will take you to the Bensenville Facebook fan page. Once there, click the like button to add us to your newsfeed and receive regular updates from around town. To follow us on Twitter, simply go to the Bensenville homepage and click on the Twitter icon in the lower left-hand corner. This will take you to the Bensenville Twitter page. Once there, click the follow button to add us to your Twitter feed and receive regular community updates. To receive email and cell phone notifications, click on the Notify Me button. This will take you to the Notify Me dashboard. Once there, simply add your email address and/or cell phone number at the top of the page, and then select which service you would like to receive updates from. The most common update section is in the Newsflash Bensenville News. Click on the envelope icon for email alerts and on the phone icon for phone alerts. You can choose one, the other, or both. To watch our public access cable show or board meetings, simply click on the Bensenville Web TV button on the lower left sidebar menu of the homepage. This will take you to our streaming center, where you can play current and past Bensenville cable TV shows and board meetings. To pay your Bensenville utility bill online, just click the Online Payments button and then follow the instructions provided on our secure payment site. If you have any problem, concern, or question to tell the village, then click on the Bensenville Action Hotline button. This will take you to the Action Line dashboard, where you can explain your issue and receive a response within 48 hours once you have clicked the Submit button at the bottom of the page. Staying connected is important. And at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening in our community. On your phone, PDA, PC, laptop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website offers easy integration, so you'll stay connected wherever you are.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Bensenville. Again, I'm Joan Ritter, Village Trustee. Earlier in the show, we talked about our holiday magic, and in the second half of the show, we're going to be discussing our Village Toy Drive and our Rotary Coat Drive. And joining us this evening to help do that is Jill Rodriguez, our Bensenville Library Director, and we also have Mike Martella, Marketing and Business Development Administrator for the Village. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You two are both a big integral part of our Coat Drive and Toy Drive, so we wanted to have you here to help share with our community how they can help give back to our community and in these hard economic times. So why don't we start a little bit talking about the Toy Drive, which is you, Mike. Why don't you tell us when the Toy Drive takes place and when the pickup is for toys and how people can donate toys if they want to within the community.
Sure. So the Toy Drive takes place. It starts on November 3rd this year. It runs through all of November and finishes on December 3rd. So we got about a month to donate and collect toys. We collect it December 3rd because we need a little time to sort the toys by age and gender, and also have time to wrap them and get them all, situated for the family. So
Okay.
That's the time that it runs.
How many years has the village been hosting a Toy Drive?
This is our 44th year, so we've been going for quite some time here in the village of
And about how
Bensenville.
many families do we distribute toys to?
We get usually around I think about 150 families here in town that we can distribute to, roughly 300 children that we're able to,
Okay.
get the toys to.
And then where do we get the names of the families and all the information so that we know who we're distributing these toys to?
We work really close with the Bensenville Food Pantry that's right in town. They do a great job. They're super helpful in getting all the families, making sure that any children and family that are in need, that we're servicing all of them, and we make sure that anyone who's on that list, we are able to brighten
Supply
their
toys
holidays.
with.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's anybody that right now uses the food pantry as a way to supplement their food items at their homes.
Exactly. So they'll contact the families probably right around September, October, give a little advance warning to say, are you in need of toys? If so, please let us know how many children you have and their ages, so we can make sure that we're giving the right gender toys and the right ages to the right
because
kids.
we
So-
certainly don't want to give makeup to a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, it might not be might be a little confused for that on Christmas.
Okay, so coinciding with that, at the same time that we do the toy drive and we collect toys throughout the community, we also, Rotary does a coat drive. Jill, why don't you give us some background on Rotary, the coat drive, how long they've been around?
Okay, so wearing my Rotary hat, in addition to my library hat always, that we've been doing the Rotary Coat Drive about 15 years. And again, it became apparent that there were kids in our schools, families who just didn't have warm clothing for one reason or another. So we started doing the coat drive, and we do a couple different things. We collect gently used coats in the community right alongside the toys, which Mike will talk about in a minute. And then we also have an organization that supplies us with brand new coats, really warm coats for kids at a really reasonable dollar amount. So we're always looking for dollar donations to the Rotary Club, in addition to the used coats. And then we do distribution on the same day as the toy drive, so the families can get their toys, and then they come to the to the coat drive, and we open that up to really any families in the community that are in need of
In terms
warm
of the coats.
for the coats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say we take gently used coats as a donation, and if there's cash donations, you have outlets that you can go to in terms of different organizations that you purchase coats from?
Right, right. There's an organization called Operation Warm that works very closely. It's a partnership with Rotary clubs all over the country, and so we can purchase coats at a really reasonable cost, and they're great little jackets for kids, so we've been using them for a couple of years. And so if somebody just wants to make a donation personally instead of going through their closets, they can funnel those through the Rotary Club as well.
Okay. So you talked earlier about the fact that when they drop their coats off, they drop them alongside when people drop their toys off. The first thing we want to make clear is that if you are going to be able to donate a toy, it has to be we ask that it be unwrapped.
Unwrapped and new. Also, we
Right.
we
Yeah.
just give out new toys.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets tricky if some kids are getting new and some are getting used, so we try to keep them
All
all new
new.
and unwrapped. Yep.
And we ask for them to be unwrapped, so again, we know what they are, so we can designate them for the proper age group and gender.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
So if somebody wanted to donate a toy, where are those toy boxes going to be located once they're placed out on November 3rd in the village?
We try to cover pretty much anywhere in the village. We've got all of the, the village hall, the Bensenville Park District, the library has boxes. We keep them at the schools. We work with a lot of different businesses as well. So the goal is that hopefully you're seeing boxes everywhere throughout the community, and hopefully maybe if you forgot it one day, maybe when you're running errands the next day, you'll be at a place and there'll be a collection box for you to drop them off at. So.
Yeah, great. So in the first half of the show, we talked a little bit about the Star of Giving for our big tree lighting, Holiday Magic tree lighting. Why don't you again reiterate how somebody can do the Star of Giving and donate cash for the purchase of toys versus a toy, if that would be a little bit easier for them?
Sure. The Star of Giving, I believe this is the second year that we've been doing that. It's if you have cash donations, you make them to, it would be to the Village of Bensenville Toy Drive, so they know that it's getting allocated towards that. You can actually come into Village Hall. We'll have a form that you fill out, and there's a spot where you can put a name on there. So if it was your name or you wanted to have it in dedication to someone, you're free to put, someone's name, and we will hang those decorative stars from the big tree right in downtown Bensenville. So they'll be displayed all holiday season, and then we can, if there is an extra need, we can use those donations to purchase, whether it's wrapping paper or additional toys or anything to really make the event work.
So when we distribute toys to the children, how many toys do each of the kids get?
Each child they get 2 new toys. They also get a new book to help encourage reading throughout the community, and we
love
also,
the literacy in our
exactly.
community.
We do.
And then also a stocking, so it'll have various smaller items that we get, and each child gets a stocking as well. So.
Okay, great. So when the families are ready to come pick up the toys, what is the day of the distribution for the toys and the coats?
That's December 13th. It's a Saturday. It takes place at W.A. Johnson School. As Jill said earlier, we like to do it at the same day to, limit the amount of trips you have to take out in that cold weather, so we can, get in, grab some coats, get your
So
your
the families
toys.
will come in and they'll be able to walk in and go in and pick up a bag of toys for their family. And then from there, if they wish to, they'll come to Rotary. And how does that work, Jill, when they then come into the room to pick up the coats?
So we do require that the children be with the parent or parents to receive their coats, and that's so that we make sure that we size them properly, because we don't want to have coats out there not being used. So we ask that the adults bring their children with them, and then we have lots of volunteers, and we take them as a family. And we fit each of their children and themselves as well. We do have some adult coats. We make sure the coats fit them, and we usually have some hats and gloves and pair them up with that. And we just sort of walk them through the room and then send them on their way pretty ready for the winter. So any Bensenville families are able to come and we'll help them out at the coat drive.
Great. So if they were to want to have more information regarding the toy drive, Mike, why don't you let our viewers know who they can contact regarding that?
Yeah, if you need a donation box, or if you're interested in volunteering, or if you'd like to make a donation, you can contact myself, Mike Martello. My direct line is 630-594-1010, and we'll be able to, I'll be able to answer any of those questions or get you a box or do whatever we need to. Exactly.
And Jill, where would anybody contact for the coat drive.
So if anybody wants to make donations, or if they want to volunteer to help us on December 13th, or as we set up on the 12th, they can contact me at the library. I can wear my library hat, and that number is 766-4642, or they can attend a Rotary meeting and join us on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Tuesday of the month at Two Chefs at 12:15. They could find out a little bit more about Rotary and see how they could get involved in coat drive.
Great. So this is a great way for a resident in Bensenville to be able to give back to somebody in need during the holidays, as well as be able to support our families due to the low economic times that we're experiencing throughout not just Bensenville but in the region. So we really appreciate you joining us tonight, and please come back next week for Spotlight on Bensenville. Thanks everybody. Have a great night.